Alright, what's up, guys? I promised I'd give a second video today, so this one's actually kind of like a nice video. I'm gonna go off on the card types, or the color types in Miracle Battle Carddass today. I had my how to play tutorial up in the last video, and I explained a bit about red. But you guys are going to get a treat because for each color I have like one of the really, really big guys, nice looking Super Omega for each to show you. So we're going to start with red. I'm going to go in order that the colors are in the game. Red, green, white, purple, blue, black, and dull colored. So first we have Super Saiyan Son Goku for red. Beautiful card. Artwork is very nice and shiny. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but he's like a kind of really a perfect exemplar of what red is. Red is the aggro of the game. Red is by far the most aggressive, fastest element or color you can play. Red is themed around making your guys like really big with BP power, doing more than one damage per attack, and drawing a lot of cards very fast. So red is very good for beginners, and I even play like my own style of red that's a little different from the normal one, but it can be really considered a cheap deck. And I will say it's definitely nowhere near advanced or even moderate like play style and build play. We'll get into that with the later colors. But his effect is simple. When he attacks, he gets plus 10,000 BP, which you might think, oh wow, he's the best card in the game. The problem, and his other effect I'll explain actually to go along with this. When he's sent out to attack, not only does he get the 10,000 BP, but he also does +1 damage for each level he's at. And it only requires him to have 1 jump for level 1 and 2 jumps for level 3. Level 2, which requires 1 jump, he's at 9,000. Level 3, which requires 2 jumps, he's at 11,000. So he's pretty big. But the only problem that I have with this Goku is it's one big character. It's like one really big guy. So I can have Goku, sure, he's really big and he's really strong, but if I attack and my opponent's just like, alright, I'm going to chump block with this guy I have sitting over here, then Goku doesn't really mean anything. I mean, if I could find a way, to say you can't block Goku, he'd be amazing. But he's just one big guy. And if he can be destroyed by action or a dramatic or a character effect, there's multiple ways around him. So that is one of my problems with red. But that's why I play the Gogeta in my deck, as I explained in the tutorial. That Gogeta gives all of my characters a boost and an extra damage when he comes into play. All of my guys. So he is far more effective than a character like Goku, in my opinion. But the Goku looks amazing, and, he is a good card. He's just easy to get around. So that's basically red in a nutshell. It's very fast-paced, concentrates on drawing a lot of cards, hitting very hard, boosting guys to be very big, and boosting the amount of damage that they do per turn. So there's also a lot of destruction in red, but I think purple has the most destruction in the game. So, alright, we're going to move to the next color. It's going to be green. To show green off, I have the Super Omega Rare Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Very nice card. Very nice artwork. Very shiny and pretty and all that stuff. He's a 10 cost with 4 green reductions, so he'd be a 6 cost with 4 green guys into play. And his effect is, when he's sent out to attack or block, you can discard a card with a miracle effect from your hand to ready him. That's pretty good. It's actually not as good as you think it would be, but when I used to play him in my mono green deck, and I have to say there were a couple games where I would get him out and he'd be pretty good, but he kind of got really phased out by newer cards. He's a kind of old card. He's Super Omega number 7, and I believe it just hit the 40s with the new set that just came out a little bit ago. But, he's decent. His power's pretty high. Now, Green's theme, Green I like and I don't like it. The Green theme is really the stall theme of this game. It really, really stalls. Its main things are tapping people down, readying your people, and placing extra jump powers on your guys. So, there's Vegeta. He discards a card with a miracle effect to ready him. Most green characters have effects that deal with placing jump powers or using your jump powers in different ways, tapping down opponents' characters or readying your characters. There's Piccolo. When he's put into play, you can tap one of your opponent's guys. If you do, put 3 jumps on him, such and such. There's a Super Saiyan Goku. When put in play, put a jump power on all your guys, on all your green characters. So, yeah, that's kind of the theme. The only thing I don't like about it is, for me, tapping people is only prolonging the inevitable because it doesn't get rid of them. Most people would say, oh, but that's very good because you can, if you tap most of your opponent's guys down, they're not going to have any people to block. My problem with that is you'd have to tap, for that to be really effective, you'd either have to tap all your opponent's characters at once, which there are cards to do that, and those cards usually win you the game. But other than that, you'd have to tap 4 or 5 characters, and that's kind of hard to do. So green to me is both fun, I like it, but then I don't like it. So that's green. Now we go to white. Representing white, we have another Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Even better artwork this time. He's looking very nice, shiny, pretty, really nice card. This card is actually really, really good in my opinion. He's a 9 cost with 5 reduction. White, to me, this guy brings a lot to white that it doesn't usually have. White is a very defensive color. It's actually kind of the opposite of red. It's very defensive, concentrates a lot on giving your guys effects when they block. There's not much card draw. It's a very, very defensive element. Vegeta here, which they've actually been doing a lot with white lately, which I'm really happy to see, has effects that concentrate on being aggressive. Vegeta's effect, I believe his first one is when somebody, either when you or your opponent sends a character out to attack, you may put a jump power on him. And his second effect is when he is sent out to attack, you can remove a jump power from him, or remove one of your jump powers to bounce one of your opponent's guys to their hand. White concentrates. I might be totally wrong on that. I don't know. I forget what his effect is. I'll have to look it up. White does a lot of that. It does a lot of the bouncing guys to your opponent's hand or deck. Like I said, it plays very defensively. One of the cool things, I really like white as a player because I like to play defensively. I like to build up a field and work off of that. I like to get the game into late game. So one of the things that white does that I really like is it concentrates on damage destruction. So there are cards that have effects kind of like I mentioned the Totsukeki for red, the Assault effect. Each color has their own unique little effect like that. And greens, I don't know what it is called, but its effect is you may tap that character to pay whatever number it has next to it towards the cost. There are cards, I believe, that go up to 3 with it. So if it has the green effect at 1, I can tap that character, which I normally can't do, to pay a cost of 1 towards something in my hand, which is very, very good, especially when you get into the guys that pay 2. So that's green's effect. White's effect is I forget what it's called. I think it's called Obscurity or something like that. When the character is destroyed, you can discard one of your damages, which is pretty decent, but usually the characters are kind of weak. So that's one of the problems I have with White. One of the few problems I have with White. The characters are a little weak, but like I said, with this Vegeta and some stuff that was in the new set, they're really adding a lot of aggro to White, which I'm very happy to see. Now we're going to move on to the next color, purple. Representing purple, we have Janemba. This has one of my favorite artworks ever. It is so nice. All the foiling is done perfectly on his sword, in the background and everything. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. I have no idea what he does. I will say that for me, I think purple, from what I've heard of it, I've never played a purple deck, is an advanced red. The only thing it lacks is draw power, which it's starting to get now. They're realizing purple needs draw power, so they're giving it to it. It's heavily based on destroying people, destroying characters. That's what I really know. If I had the money, I'd really like to build a really good purple deck, but I have other decks that I'd like to build really kind of before that, so they take up all my money. So purple's effect, when purple's like color effect that's unique to it, is a pretty neat one. When the character that has it is destroyed, it goes face up to your energy, which is pretty cool. But they're usually, like I said, weak. For White with their effect, they're weak, and they don't really do too much like otherwise. So I would like to build a very good purple deck, though. I think it'd be pretty cool. Now we go to my personal favorite element or color in the game, which is blue. Representing blue, we have Super Saiyan 3 Trunks. He exists. Card is beautiful. Probably one of my favorite cards in the game. Very nice looking cards. I think the blue background on all the blue cards is just awesome. The theme of blue is energy, and I like this because it provides blue for me. Provides everything I want in a deck. It provides aggro, aggression, a little bit of draw power, not too much. It has good defense, and it provides control, which is a very important thing for me in a card game, which is control. Blue concentrates on the energy that you have, either giving you more energy, or what I really like about it is controlling your energy. Most blue characters work by turning your energy face up, which is cool because then you get to see what's in your energy. And the color-coded effect for blue is a swap effect. It lets you take one card from your energy and swap it with a card in your hand, which is very good because if you have your big characters or like an action or something that you wanted to draw goes to your energy, you can take it back and like swap a junk card in for it. Now Trunks, his effect is when he comes into play, you can flip all of your energy face up. I really wish there were more lower cost characters that did something like that, but as far as I know, there are only 3 characters in the game for Dragon Ball who do that. One is a very low cost Mighty Mask, and this is one of them, and the other one you'll see a bit later on when I get to dull colored cards. But his other effect lets you, if you have a face-up action in your energy, Trunks lets you pay the cost and use that action card once per turn. That can be very, very effective and very devastating because it lets you essentially loop the same action over and over and over again just by paying the cost. That's very, very good, especially since blue has a lot of cards that can let you throw that action in there on purpose, or There are a lot of cards that let you grab a card from trash and throw it to your energy. So Trunks can be very, very good. He's very effective. He's what I like about this game. This game does a good job at balancing characters. They can make a character that's very, very good, but not broken. Trunks is by no means broken, but he's a very, very good card. I like I said before, I love blue. It's my main deck. Blue is just awesome. I love everything about it. It's a very advanced. Basically every color besides red that I've just mentioned can be a very advanced deck and be very, very good. Can be a lot of fun to play. Very hard to play against. So blue is definitely by far my favorite color. It suits my play style the best, and I just like the way it plays, where you turn energy face up, and there's a lot of cards that let you play characters from energy, which is kind of fun for me, but not fun for my opponent. It's pretty cool. I really like blue. That's it for the basic colors. I'm going to move on now to a color that was only around for 3 sets, I believe, and they did away with it. Representing the color of black, I have Super Saiyan 3 Broly here. You might not be able to see it because his artwork is so crazy and awesome, and the foiling is so beautiful and nice. It's an awesome card. But it's a black border, and up here it has a 9 cost with a reduction for every element or every color in the game, including black. Broly is very, very hard to get out, obviously, because the most colors you'll be playing in a deck, by my opinion, are 2. So he's going to cost about 7, which is a very high cost. He's not a very good card with his effect. It's decent, but for a while he was the strongest printed character in the game with a power of 32,000 at 8 jump powers, which is pretty beastly. The black cards were made, I believe, this is from set 7. I believe they stopped at 10 when they introduced dual-colored cards. But the black card in set 8 was a perfect sell, and that card is amazing. And I actually have one coming on the way in the mail, and I cannot wait to get that because that card is just absolutely crazy. So I believe the other one was Omega Shenron, and I don't remember what he did because I don't care about him. So that's basically black. I know in One Piece in the cards they had a theme going for it, or they at least attempted to, and I believe in Naruto they have a theme for it, but I don't really know. But I know you cannot build a deck, like a black deck, like there's no 1-cost characters or anything. It's just really big guys. So I guess I do like the dull-colored theme and idea much better than this. So most of their effects did go off of stopping miracle effects. So I will add that. Next, we're going to show a dull-colored card from set 10, representing red and green. We have Super Saiyan Vegito. This is probably one of my favorite cards in the game. I can't stress enough how much I like this card. This card is amazing, and to me, I love this card because I had one from a long time ago when the set first came out. I managed to get a single one on eBay, and I could never find another one. Even in Japan, my friend Mike said they were extremely hard to get and extremely expensive. So I managed to pull a second one in a box that I bought on a whim. So I was very happy, and I can finally use him in a deck now because I have 2 instead of just 1. He is, in my opinion, one of the best dull-colored cards for Dragon Ball. Out of the 3 that there is, he's the best. Because he's usable early game, and he's usable not only in red and green, but he's also usable in just plain red and plain green. His cost is 7, and he has a 4 reduction. He has 2 green reduction and 2 red reduction. So, if you're playing red and green together, he could only cost 3. But if you're playing just mono red or mono green, he may cost like 5 to 4 if you splash maybe a little bit of the other color, which I did when I played him. So His effects are when one of your red characters is sent out to attack, tap two of your opponent's characters. That is awesome because it's a different style theme for red. Red, and if you really think about that, like I said before, red's very aggressive, and it goes off of having your guys do like more damage. When he sent it, so if you send out two red guys to attack, you've tapped four opponents' characters. That's crazy because they're not going to be able to block the rest of your guys. Odds are they're not going to be able to block the rest of them. So if you save your guys who do 2 and 3 damage per attack now because of your boosts and stuff, they can be really, really insane with this card. His second effect is when one of your green characters is sent out to attack, you control a card. That's very, very good for green because green very much lacks card draw. So it boosts red by giving it a new way to beat your opponent, and it boosts green by giving it new draw power. He gets both effects for himself as well. So this is a very, very, very good card. So that's dull colored. There's not really much left to explain about that. I will show you the other dull colored Omega that I have. I do not have the new one. This is Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta. He exists. He's real. He's fucking awesome. The card is probably one of my favorite cards in the game. Looks so nice. Card is beautiful, shiny, awesome. He's white and blue. He was what piqued my initial interest in blue. He is great. His effect. The only thing I have a problem about this card with is the cost. He's cost 11. I don't know if you guys can see it. I have him sleeved up, and the Ultra Pro thing sometimes gets in the way. And he has 6 reduction, 3 white, and 3 blue. My problem with that is it's not possible to play him in a mono deck. I can't play him in mono white, and I can't play him in mono blue. He's highly ineffective in a mono deck because he's going to cost 8. That's a lot. That's a very hefty cost. So to play him, you really have to combine white and blue together, which I tried and I didn't care for. There are some ways to cheat him into play. Like I said, those cards that let you play like a character from your energy or stuff in blue, but his main thing for me is the come into play effect, which he doesn't get. And I understand that's being picky, but I mean, I just don't like the idea that I have to hit 1 card or 2 cards that I have in my deck to play this guy. Otherwise, he's like useless. So I actually worked on a white-blue deck specifically kind of designed around getting him out, whether it's legitimately or, I use like a card to drop him into play. His first effect is when he comes into play, flip all your energy face up, just like Trunks. Like I said, there's only 3 guys who do it, him, Trunks, and Mighty Mask. His second effect is where he freaking is nuts, though. When he's sent out to attack, I believe for each face-up white card in your energy, he does, I think it's +1 damage, and then for each blue card, you can discard a blue card from your damage to ready him. So you're talking about a guy who could do 5 or 6 damage himself, and you can discard your own damage to ready him after each attack. He's insane. Very, very good card. I love it. So that's that. They're like with the dull color cards. Obviously, they're trying to expand 2-color decks. But I mean, other than that, that's basically it. That's a lowdown on the colors of the game. Like I said, blue is my personal favorite. So you guys that are watching this, you guys can choose what color best suits you in your play style, and go with it. So, alright, YouTube, that's probably it for today. So, I'll have an updated binder video probably next week for you guys, depending on how fast the freaking mail works. I have a couple last card orders coming, and I think some of you guys will be quite surprised by what I bought. So, you'll see those cards pretty soon. So, alright, YouTube, peace out.